What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Sakira, and today's pick a card, you guys, is special because we are talking Mercury retrograde in the sign of Libra, the changes that are coming into our lives as a result of it. So let's talk about it. Groups 1, 2, and 3, you guys, I chose the deciding factor based off of affirmation cards. So we're gonna read some affirmations, whatever vibes for you, maybe the group that you want to visit, you know what I'm saying? So let's see, group number 1, this is your visual. We have the sun here, and this says, I release my negative thoughts, embracing positivity and optimism. All right, so group number 2, I'm gonna show you the visual. Get a good look, you know what I'm saying? You guys, it's Saturday. I've been chilling, I've been vibing, I'm excited. But I'm also in like Zen mode too, so you know, and I'm feeling like extra silly today. I don't know what's going on, you guys. It's Mercury retrograde season, and a couple other retrogrades like Jupiter and Aries, which is a lot. But group 2, nonetheless, this is your card. Let's read your affirmation. It says, I feel more and more healed every day, which I love. That's a beautiful affirmation. If you vibe with that energy, then that may be something you want to look into. Group number 3, let me show you your visual. So groups 2 and 3 got flowers, like floral patterns, which gives me the energy of like blooming, blossoming, being nurtured, developing into something more, expanding, right? And I was just talking about Jupiter being retrograde in the sign of Aries. So this says, I will attract great things by being my most authentic self. This is beautiful, group number 3. So these are the affirmations, you guys. I'm going to read them again. Group 1, your affirmation will be, I release my negative thoughts, embracing positivity and optimism. And let me show you again. Right? Ooh, group 2, yours is going to be, I feel more and more healed every day. And this is your visual. Right, that's group number 2. And group number 3, we have, I will attract great things by being my most authentic self. And this is your visual. So groups 1, 2, and 3, there you have it. If you need to pause this, you guys, connect with your guides, with your ancestors, the angels, you know, God, source, universe. However you do that. Maybe you want to meditate, take a couple deep breaths, set some intentions, right? Because that does help you connect deeper with the reading. So I will start with group number 1. Do what you got to do. Meet me at whatever group you decide to go with, and I will see you there. All right, group number 1. So your affirmation is, I release my negative thoughts, embracing positivity and optimism. So group 1, this is giving me vibes of like, you know, you're going through transformations in your mind space. I also feel like you guys are, you know, wanting to temper the energy. It's so funny. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they gave me a really good gem. They were like, yo, whenever you're having a really negative experience or really negative like feelings come up for you, it's not about fighting the negative feelings or like, you know, being resistant to the negative experience. It's about tempering that with positive feelings, positive emotions, positive thoughts and beliefs, right? So whenever you feel the negativity pop up, you kind of temper it by switching on the positive light switch. Like, you get what I'm saying? So I feel like that kind of applies to you guys, group number 1, because this is like you having big transformations or big changes in the way that you think in your mindset. And I feel like that will bring in a lot of abundance for you guys, especially with the sun being the image here. The sun in tarot, period, but the sun in astrology and tarot, it represents like the true self. It represents abundance. It represents like enlightenment. It represents clarity. It represents expansion, right? Like the sun is the thing that nourishes all of us and gives us all life. Without the sun, there would be no life on planet Earth, right? So they say. And so I feel like, guys, I'm a big conspiracy theorist, so everything for me is so they say, but that was a disclaimer. Going back to you guys, group number 1, so not the tongue ring effect. You guys, Mercury really gets, it's not even funny, group number 1. Mercury really gets to me because I have 2 Mercury placements in my big 3. And you know, your girl is just like, so you guys, let's go into the cards. I did not pre-select or pre-pull, because I wanted to like feel the cards in my hand in real time as I'm talking to you guys. So there we have it, Uranus Genius. Now you guys, that has been like a theme. I was actually trying to record this reading earlier and I got interrupted. So in the previous recording, I remember getting like a channeling about Uranus being tied to this Mercury retrograde, not astrologically, but like energetically, because like, let's say the spirit of Uranus, right? Uranus is a planet that represents revolution, reformation, rebellion, right? It rules Aquarius, and that's like the visionary, the forward thinker, the person that's going to not abide by society's rules. And especially for group number 3, I know this is group number 1, but go with me here. I was also getting for group number 3 that it was like big Aquarius energy, like I'm going to be who I truly am. And you don't have to be an Aquarius to watch that, but just like that energy of I'm gonna be who I truly am. And it's like this inner transformation that happens where you're able to accept who you are, right? And this applies to, I feel like, all the groups in different ways. For you guys, like that energy of Uranus, again, not astrologically speaking, but just I feel the spirit of it. Like it really does feel like it's tied to you guys in the way where you're like having a revolution within the mind. You're reforming the way that you think, the way that you speak, even the way that you think about yourself, the way that you see and perceive life, your experiences, right? And you're reforming it in a more positive way. It's like being transformed for a more positive energy. But let's keep going, you guys. All right, so we have, I know y'all saw me just shuffle. Like, come on, Uranus genius. I saw it when it came out, when the cards dropped the first time. And I was just like, okay, that brought me back to the channeling. Let me speak on it. It came out again. So group number 1, I feel like, again, just to re-summarize, I feel like you guys are having with fucking Libra balance, bro. Group number 1, what is happening? Mercury retrograde in the sign of Libra. I keep telling you guys, I feel like it's tied to this energy of like reforming, transforming, you know, like that revolutionizing energy, but all like internal. And group number 1, I feel like that internal energy is playing out for you in a way where you're balancing your mind, your mental space. Libra's an air sign, Mercury's an air planet. So I feel like you guys are you're realigning the ways in which you are, again, you're thinking about life, about yourself, about your situations. Wow. I heard opportunities just now. So some of you guys, the way you think about like abundance, the way you think about opportunities, I'm almost getting like this energy of lack, and that's the negative aspect. Like that's going to be transformed. Some of you guys are going to be increasing your faith. We have Scorpio, I transform. Group number 1, I can't make this up. Like, wow. Back of the deck energy, Mercury mind. Oh my God. Can we just stop this reading for a second? Can we just stop this reading for a second, you guys? Group number 1, my guides, when they come through, bro, they come through. Like I really, because honestly, you guys, I had a whole other pick a card lined up in my mind. And my spirit, when I got up today, said, that's not the one we're doing. So I said, okay, what is the one we're doing? And I sat with the energy for like maybe 2 or 3 hours, no lie. And I'm like, well, what am I doing today? Like, I don't like feeling unproductive. So I'm really sitting and I'm being patient. I'm like, spirit, what am I doing today? So eventually, you guys, I was in the shower and I'm like, oh, it's Mercury retrograde. Let me do, because I had that idea from a couple of days ago, you know, Mercury retrograde, pick a card and see what changes are coming up. But that energy came through really strong when I was meditating or just sitting with it. And I'm like, all right, that's the pick a card for today. Mercury had me struggling a little bit, you guys. So this got refilmed quite a bit, but we're here. And wowzers. So you guys, I feel like, let me flip this over. I feel like with Mercury mind being here, and we're going to get the unseen energy as well, I feel like, again, it's just kind of self-explanatory at this point. Like your mind space, your mental space, Mercury retrograde is definitely helping you to transform that. I feel like there are also some deep emotions that are, because, you know, the way you think is the way you feel, and the way you feel tends to lead to the way you act, right? And so I feel like you're having a transformation of the mind, a transformation of the emotions as a result, which results in a transformation of your actions, then results in a transformation of your experience in life. Makes sense? It's like a catalyst, like a trickling effect. It's like one change here catalyzes into long-term changes later. Unseen energy, Leo, I will. So some of you guys are getting like a transformation when it comes to your willpower. Some of you guys are using your willpower to, I don't want to say fight the negativity, again, because it's not fighting or being resistant. It's like, I will temper this energy. I will balance this energy. And I feel like some of you guys, Mercury retrograde is going to teach you. I almost got a feeling just now of like, if you don't learn how to temper this energy, you will be like, you will succumb to the energy. You will be overrun by the energy, especially in your mind. Like some of you guys may suffer with like depression. Some of you guys may suffer with like just like anxiety, things that mental mental ailments kind of produce, right? And maybe not on like a really severe level where you have to get medical treatment and like take meds for it, but maybe just in that average day-to-day stress crisis kind of energy, which Mercury retrograde does tend to bring up for people. You guys, let me drink some tea because no. I came prepared. I sure did. I came prepared, you guys. I was like, I don't care what Mercury has going on. I'm gonna get her done. And that's why I'm curious. So look, you guys, let's see what changes. Navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. Beautiful. I feel like some of you guys, even though we have the sun here, I feel like the bliss energy, it gives me like abundance energy. Some of you guys are following the natural abundance that... All right, Spirit, so we're breaking things down, you guys. I didn't plan to be here long, but I guess we're gonna be here for a little while because I'm only on deck 2 out of 5. And I got some things to talk about before we pull more cards. So Spirit is kind of leading me to tell you guys this information, right? Or like this download. Okay, so naturally the energy we possess is really God's energy, right? So that means like the truth of who we are is pure positive energy, unconditional love, right? It's our ego that kind of throws in those unexpected negative energies, and we kind of have to find the balance for ourselves. I feel like you're going to be learning that lesson. Navigating by the stars and then the sun, the ego and you know, God. And the ego, not saying that this card represents the ego, but when you have that duality of light and dark, yin yang, you know, masculine and feminine, I feel like the ego represents, for this card, you know, the lack of clarity. Because when you're in your ego, things are not clear for you. Things don't always make sense, right? But when you are connected to God's source, even if you don't have the answers, things make sense because you know, divine timing is at play, that the universal laws are working in your favor. And you know, you start to be more optimistic, you start to be more positive, right? I release my negative thoughts, embracing positivity and optimism. So that's what I feel like is really changing for you guys. Let me see which, oh, thanks. Joy and delight, open your heart to joy. So group number 1, the changes that are happening is that you're going to be experiencing a lot more happiness in your internal mechanisms, right? Especially when it comes to your mind space or your mental realm, because I feel like some of you guys in the flow, everything is smooth sailing. I like that. I feel like you guys are getting more positive in your mind, and as I was saying earlier, it's like a catalyst, it's a trickling effect. So it's like you become more mentally positive, which leads to more positive emotions, which leads to more positive actions, and then materializes into more positive experiences. And so for you guys, I feel like your changes that are coming as a result of this Mercury retrograde is that you're changing on the inside, and that means more internal happiness, which means more positive and enjoyable experiences on the outside. Lastly, we have inflow. So this says everything is smooth sailing. And I feel like for you guys, group number 1, this is an energy of where things are really going to feel so much easier, right? Because the negativity is what caused all the resistance. Or let's say this, the negativity was there and you had resistance to it, right? Like there was this energy of, I have so much negativity in my mind space. I'm always negative. I always feel negative. I experience a lot of negative experiences or, you know, situations or circumstances in life, which causes me to then believe more negativity, right? It's like this ever-flowing cycle of negativity, but the flow is getting ready to change. What changes you're getting ready to experience, group number 1, is that you're gonna have a lot more ease. You're gonna have a lot more smooth sailing when it comes to your experiences in life. And it's because you're mastering your mind, I just heard. Like mental mastery means that no matter what happens, you're able to still remain joyful, still remain present in happiness, right? Ooh, group number 1, wise leader. What the heck? You're a beacon for others. So I feel like group number 1, whatever you're doing is definitely gonna lead to you impacting a lot of other people. Even if you don't sign up, you know, to be somebody in a position of leadership, I do feel like naturally, like your energy is going to be contagious, almost like the sun. Like the sun can't help but to be recognized, right? It is the sun, it is what it is. And so I feel like you are embodying the sun, and that's kind of what I was going with earlier, you guys, like that internal space where, you know, whatever light, whatever God source energy is inside of you, that's what you're tapping into. You're kind of learning how to temper the ego with more positivity, which I love a lot. So let's see what's going on. Yo, I don't know if you guys could see if that was out of frame. There was a card that just slid out, right? Look at this. There was a card that just slid out as I was getting ready to shuffle. I'm gonna show you guys exactly what the card is because I couldn't make this up if I tried. Like, what the heck? Okay. I haven't used this deck in a while, you guys. This is the Gilded Tarot, and I really felt called to it. I was looking for a tarot deck. I'm like, which one am I going to use today? I picked up one. I'm like, not this one, because you guys, I can feel like, I guess intuitively, like which deck needs to be used in whatever space, right? So it came to my mind. It wasn't even in front of me, like the Gilded Tarot. I said, okay, let's pull that one out. I haven't used her in a while, but you can see she's a little worn. I be using her, but the card that came out is Justice. And what is this ruled by, you guys? This is ruled by Libra. I balance the scales of justice, right? So I feel like a lot of you guys are getting ready to receive a lot of good karma because you're tempering your mind, you're balancing your mind. Like you're going to see, like the karma is just what you make, right? Literally, that's what it translates to. And so you guys, I feel like for you, I was saying earlier, it's like you make this decision or you take action to balance your mind space with more positivity, which leads to more positive feelings, which leads to more positive actions, which leads to more positive experiences, right? I feel like for you guys, that is the karma. Karma translates to what you make, what you create of your making. So you're creating, literally like manifesting, creating a new reality for yourself as a result of the transformation happening for you during Mercury retrograde in Libra. Wow, group number one, your reading is going crazy right now. The Devil, which is what? The ego. And didn't I just say it's literally in between? This is how it came out, you guys. Let me show you. Justice, navigating by stars, which I said like in this spread represents almost like the ego, that lack of clarity, that space where the unknown is present, but it's not where you're comfortable in the unknown, right? It's where you have to tap into your bliss. The ego, the Devil comes out next. I'm telling you guys, it's like I could feel it. The ego for group number one, it's being tempered with this energy. It's like this energy of, okay, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse, and that's Gemini energy. It's like, okay, I have, where was I going, Spirit? Give it back to me, because I got distracted just now. Group number one is Mercury retrograde. I'm being patient with myself because I cannot, can't. But what did I want to say to you guys? I was talking about the Devil. I was talking about the ego. Long story short, you guys, we're going to summarize because I've been here for a while. And we got 2 more decks left. Your ego is being tempered. And it's being tempered with what? This is the next card out. Joy, happiness, optimism, right? Positivity. I feel like this is a beautiful reading for you guys because maybe some of you guys, this is like long overdue. You've probably struggled with like negativity, negative mindsets, negative beliefs for a really long time. And maybe you haven't known exactly what to do in order to embody something else. This is also giving me vast vistas, expand your horizons. I was saying with the sun, it's expansion, it's growth, right? But this is giving me vibes of like the Emperor. This is giving me vibes of also like self-empowerment. And some of you guys are showing how you can take action and become like, again, the masters of your mind. With this energy here, the Knight of Swords, I feel like some of you guys are not taking action from this place of negative self-talk or negative self-belief anymore, because the Knight of Swords is somebody who's ambitious, somebody who's devoted, they're highly logical, they're really determined to figure things out. Some of you guys are, especially with that navigating by the stars, not having the clarity, some of you guys are relaxing in those moments of, or you're going to be learning how to relax in those moments of, not having the answers, things not seeming so logical. I feel like group number one, like this is your confirmation that things are about to change for you in like so many ways, because it literally starts with your mind. That's actually a universal law. Like, what is it? The mind is the all is the universe. And that's called the law of mentalism, right? Just like you have the law of attraction, you have the law of rhythm, you have the law of assumption, you have all these universal laws, right? But I feel like for you guys, this is literally tying into the law of mentalism. Like you're getting ready to master your mind, because once you do so, the mind then connects you to the universe, that expansive energy, the sun, right? I don't know if you guys can see. So let's get one more card out for you. That was a lot. One more card, Spirit, please and thanks, for group number one. And then we will pull advice and we will pull blessings, last but not least. I hope Mercury retrograde, you guys, is treating you guys really well. Retrograde season. Last card out, the King of Wands. So I was talking about empowerment, right? And I got the Emperor, but it's still kind of fire energy because the Emperor is ruled by Aries, another fire sign. This is ruled by Leo, and we had Leo, I will, as the unseen energy here. I feel like that willpower, that confidence, that empowerment, right? That determination is what's coming through. And that's right after inflow. Some of you guys are learning to sit with the energy, let things flow, and then you see like things work out in your favor, right? That willpower to actually be patient. And I was saying something about patience earlier, but you know, willing to sit with the energy, knowing that things are still working out for you. The back of the deck energy is the Knight of Cups, and then you can follow your bliss and see where it brings you, right? We have the back of the deck energy, the unseen energy. That was bottom of the deck. This is unseen. This is the Six of Cups in reverse. Those negative, oh my God, that negative energy. And I feel like the negative beliefs that you guys have come from childhood, come from programming, they come from past experiences, right? This is what's being tempered. Some of you guys are also tapping into the energy of healing, especially with the sun being there too. All right, so let's get some advice for group number 1 for Mercury retrograde. What changes are coming in? This is how to navigate the changes. This is your advice on dealing with and processing the changes. I just saw a new beginning, and I also saw expect powerful change as I was shuffling for you guys. So let's see. For group number 1, what is the advice, Spirit? All right, that's a lot. Didn't I just tell you guys? What do you... Okay, we're gonna reshuffle. If it comes out again, I'll take it. But I'm telling you guys, like, I could feel it. I could feel it. For group 1, what is the advice? For group 1, what is the advice? Thank you. The end of a tough cycle approaches full moon in Capricorn. And what is this ruled by? The devil, your ego, right? Capricorn, not saying your Capricorns are the devil, you guys. It's in tarot. And in tarot, the devil is ruled by the sign Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. You're getting ready to wrap it up. You're getting ready to close out this hard cycle that you've been dealing with your ego, you guys, which is really beautiful energy. Let me move these over. I'll do it like this. Limited space, you guys, but we're making it work. Okay, so, my God, I'll take the last one that's still on the floor. Step out of your comfort zone. North Node. So some of you guys, this retrograde is getting you to transform into, you know, like a higher timeline version of yourself, where you're more tapped in with your spiritual purpose, right? The sun keeps coming back to me, you guys. You're tapping in with God's source. God's source puts us here for a purpose, right? That's why we're here, to invoke this purpose, to tap into this purpose, and then execute this purpose so that the world can become a more balanced place, right? It's time to release negativity. I can't make this up. And what is this? Full moon in Scorpio. And we have what here? Scorpio, I transform. You guys, the cards are saying it all. I don't really have to channel too much today. Group number 1, like, this is your advice overall. It's literally time to release negativity. And that doesn't mean that you fight against it. It means that you release it by making peace with, you know, the things you've experienced in your past, making peace with the things that ultimately just healing, you guys, healing whatever trauma you've, you know, suffered through in the past, because it didn't happen to you. It happened for you, right? But also we have, where was it, you guys? There was a card I was looking at just now. Oh, it's time to release negativity. This is, and then we have a fiery climax approaches, and this is full moon in Aries. So get ready, but hold your vision is underneath that, you guys. Get ready to feel the feels. Get ready to deal with a lot of mental stuff coming up. I do feel like this is like buried trauma. Scorpio is almost like the house of secrets. So I said the house, the sign, 8th house, the house of secrets, right? So I feel like some of you guys are getting ready to deal with things coming up from the past that you were not ready to process before, but you're going, Mercury, stop it. You're getting ready, or you're going to be ready to process them now. And as a result, you're going to be releasing a lot of negativity, tempering it with adding some positivity to that mixture, and boom, you got chemical X, right? And now you got the Powerpuff Girls. So let's see. With this last card, you guys, we were talking about stepping out of your comfort zone. Some of you guys, again, going to that place where those negative memories, those negative experiences have been stored inside of you may be uncomfortable for you. But this is what Mercury retrograde is doing. It's having you go there. It's having you take a look at the things that need to be re-looked at, that maybe you looked over in the past or you haven't looked at all. And it's helping you to tap into the version of yourself that you came here to be. And that is on period. Go there, you guys. I know it's uncomfortable. I know it may be hard. I know it may be painful, depending on, you know, how severe some of your experiences from the past may have been. But it's time to go there. It's time to just do it. There's nothing to it but to do it. One blessing for Mercury retrograde, a blessing for unity where there once was division, finding the balance. Yo, You guys are really balancing the energy where your masculine and feminine energies were once divided. They will be united and working together in beautiful cohesion. Any other blessings for group number 1? Any other blessings for group number 1? A blessing for peace of mind. Pack it the freak up. Group number 1. This is what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you vibe with this. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Overall energy is a blessing to find your way. So again, some of you guys may be navigating by the stars. You may not have all the clarity, but you will be learning how to sit with the energy and not make irrational or impulsive decisions, you know, in order to try to resolve an energy. You're going to learn how to go with the flow and allow things to flow in natural timing. I feel like you're finding your way, group number 1. And that is the change that Mercury retrograde is bringing in for you. So there you have it. If you like this, if you vibe with this, you guys, you know what to do. Comment down below, let your girl know how you felt about it, if it made sense for you, if you know, vibe with the energy, whatever may have you. I'm moving on to group number 2, and I will see you guys if you decide to go, you know, onto another group. I'll see you there. But if you're stopping here, I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Group number 2, welcome to your reading. So you guys, your affirmation is, I feel more and more healed every day. So when it comes to the change that Mercury retrograde is bringing into your life, obviously really big change as far as healing. I feel like you guys are going to, because retrograde season, you guys, is a good time to go back and relook at the things that need our attention, right? So some of you guys have been ignoring, or you haven't fully been present with your need to heal, right? With the need that you have to, I heard just like to be seen, to be heard. I feel like your emotions need to be valued or validated, but not by other people, but by you. You also could have been dealing with, you know, and this is just channeled messages, you guys, but you could have been dealing with, you know, a phase in your life where you've been craving external validation, and that's because you have not been taking the time necessary for self to validate your own feelings, to validate, you know, your emotions and the things that you're going through on the inside, right? And when you look for external validation, it's almost like a projection, because you're looking for somebody to fill the void for you when you're really meant to fill it for yourself. You're empowered, group number 2. You got this, right? So let's see what changes are coming online for group number 2 when it comes to Mercury retrograde in the sign of Libra. Now, you guys, group number 1 had the craziest reading. I'm not gonna lie, like that reading went so nuts. I did not expect it, but I feel like for you guys, like for the whole reading, you guys, groups 1, 2, and 3, I feel like the messages are going to be super clear. Air element communicating. Mercury retrograde is, look, I'm stuttering. Mercury retrograde has been messing with my communication, you guys, since shadow period, literally. So bear with me. I'm being patient with myself. But for you guys, I feel like there's a need for you to communicate with yourself, right? You need that internal self-dialogue, right? Also, air element communication. I feel like when I was just saying projections, I'm getting really hot, you guys. Some of you guys have been getting into heated conversations because of your need to feel seen, validated, heard. It's like the wound that you're needing to heal has been being projected onto other people. I feel like you're having changes with your communication now going forward because you're healing yourself. You're no longer needing certain things from certain people or certain like experiences out of life. You're healing yourself. Pluto transformation. Yeah, this is what's transforming. Some of you guys are having an internal transformation when it comes to really deep emotions, right? Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio, which is a water sign. It rules like really, really deep buried emotions. And I feel like similar to group number 1, there are some things that have been buried in the closet for you guys that either you've looked at before, but you haven't really looked deep enough, or you've never really looked at it. And Mercury retrograde is offering you this opportunity now to implement a chance where you can look at it and make some changes, right? Cancer, I feel, okay, I said group number 1 went crazy. I said I feel like all of the readings are gonna go crazy. Here we go. So I've been talking about your feelings the whole time, and they're bringing me to the words I feel. These are your feelings, right? Nobody else's. These are your feelings, group number 2. I feel like it's about time that you honored them. And Mercury retrograde is going to help you to do this, right? Retrogrades, you guys, are not, I know they can cause a lot of chaos, and I know they bring up times of crisis at times, right? But they're not a negative experience. It's not meant to be negative. It's meant to help you transform. It's meant to help you expand. And so I feel like Pluto transformation is like you're expanding on a really on a really grand level. Like, it's not just a regular, like, whatever you're healing, whatever you're looking at. Yeah, we got the Provoker, Grand Cross. Remember I was saying you may have been projecting onto people because you had like that need to feel seen, to have your feelings validated, to have your feelings heard or honored, or just, you know, to feel better. I feel like you've been projecting onto people because they haven't been able to quite do for you what you need to do for you, right? And that can be triggering. I feel like Mercury retrograde is going to trigger you into learning that you are your own source of happiness, and that your feelings are nobody else's but your own. Meaning that your feelings are your own responsibility, and it's for you to be accountable for them, right? I heard self-love. Self-love is the best love. Jupiter, abundance. And then look what happens, you guys. Come on now. I feel like you guys tap into this energy of healing, and then a whole world unlocks for you. I'm getting Wheel of Fortune energy, like big cyclical change, and you're stepping into like a new cycle of your life, or a new season of your life, where, because this is Mercury retrograde in the sign of Libra, what's being balanced for you is your emotions, or better yet, your ability to handle your emotions. Because some of you guys, you couldn't handle your emotions because you weren't really looking at them. You weren't really dealing with them. Right? Mercury retrograde come through. Okay. For group 2, what other changes, or what changes period will be present or will be coming through for group number 2 as a result of this Mercury retrograde in Libra? What changes can they expect? You guys, this is like, I was not intending to be here for so long, but I'm not gonna lie. You see, I can't even talk. I guess Spirit got me channeling. I don't know, you guys, but I'm here for it. It's Saturday. I'm not really doing much, you know. I had intentions to do a lot of things today, and it didn't work out that way. It's okay. Valiant courage. Take action with passion. So I feel like the change that's coming in for you guys is that you're going to be able to take action with passion. But I feel like this is like, because look, this is giving me like a knight vibes, right? Like the knights in the tarot. The knights, or anything involving a horse when you're doing readings, it's usually an indication of like movement, of traveling, of going somewhere. I feel like some of you guys are taking like this internal journey in which you have to be brave enough to go there, because some of you guys have been afraid, again, to face some of these feelings that you've been kind of sitting with, or that you've been suppressing. But I also feel like this is the season where you will be finding the courage, or you will be gifted the gift of courage in order to like tap into infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life, and I feel like the abundance that's pouring into your life is a result of you managing your emotions, you transforming your emotions, you healing your emotions. There's something going on for group number 2 with the emotional space, aka, you know, your emotional body. I feel like that needs some TLC from you. And this is the change that's coming in. Mercury retrograde, again, is going to be triggering you into, even if you look, they're bringing me here, you guys. And we have 11th house friends underneath this, with water element sensing. So some of you guys, and then Jupiter return benefits. Some of you guys are going to be going through changes with friend groups, or, you know, the people around you, the people in your circle, right? Friends, families, lovers, even maybe, not so much, I don't feel like co-workers. I feel like people who you have like personal relationships with, right? There may be changes there. And I feel like the change could be because you're not projecting on these people anymore, which is beautiful. But I was saying, they're bringing me to this lightning moment, right? With the Grand Cross Provoker, it's all giving like tower, or it's giving like, you know, sudden like burst of energy. And I feel like some of you guys are, you know, you're getting maybe like, I don't want to say like intense emotional outbursts, but maybe that's what it's kind of leading to, or it feels like it's building up to that. That's the provoking energy. It's abundance is just like a lot of something, a surplus of something. Some of you guys in Mercury retrograde, it's going to be like trigger city for you guys, trigger season. Like, and I'm not trying to say this to scare you, but this is empowering, because all of these triggers are happening to finally get you to feel your feels. And that's on what, you guys, you know, that's on period. So let's keep going. With this infinite abundance pouring into your life, I feel like that is the abundance. That's even why I look back at that Jupiter card, because that is Jupiter abundance. And I feel like, again, some of you guys with that infinite abundance, it's going to be twofold. It's going to be an abundance of a lot, an abundance of emotions. But once you temper, once you balance, once you manage these emotions better, then I do feel like you're going to experience a lot of abundance in like your I was going to say your community, but like the people around you, your circle, right? What do you call this? There's something I wanted to say, you guys. My mind is like, I have 2 Mercury placements in my big 3. So when Mercury goes retrograde, you guys, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I feel it, and it's in the sign of Libra, and I have a Libra stellium, so I feel it. But again, patience is a virtue. I'm here. Surrendering to the journey, release control. So some of you guys, I'm going to pull one more card, but some of you guys in group number 2, the changes that's happening is that you're going to be releasing control. Some of you guys have been trying to control your emotions, trying to like, I heard dominate them. So like just really like suppress them, keep them in check, keep them in line. But as a result, it's like, think of it like this, right? You have like a pot where the rice is boiling, and if you don't take the lid off and let the steam out, the bubbles will come out of the sides of the lid, right? And so I feel like this is what's happening, an abundance of things that's going to spill over, so you finally can look at them, and then you're going to have no choice but to almost just surrender to whatever's happening in your life and just go with the flow of it. Okay, I'll take the last one that dropped because I only wanted one. Wise leader, you are a beacon for others. So group number 1 has this as their overall energy for this deck. And I feel like some of the readings are really connected because Mercury retrograde, it affects us all in similar ways, but also in different ways because we're all unique and different people. But I feel like you guys, for group number 1 and group number 2, you have this in common. You're going to be an example for others. For you guys, I was talking specifically like your friend group, right? Like the people, or let me stop saying friend group, but your social circle, the people in your circle, the people you care about the most. I feel like you're going to be such like an inspiration to these people, especially with, you know, take action with passion. I feel like some of the people around you, they're going to start to view you as like really passionate, as really encouraging, as really inspiring, because you're doing something that most people really don't do often. And maybe these people around you know that, you know, you've been struggling with emotions, or they know that you've been having a hard time recently, but they're going to see you overcome that. And I feel like that's going to be a really inspiring moment for a lot of people around you. At the back, we have embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. So I do feel like you guys are going to have like, I don't want to say the tower and then the star, but it's almost like, you know, a tower moment, or just like trigger moments, and then moments where you realize like, boom, I have this, like I got this, I can do this, I can manage this, I can feel this, I can, you know, cope with this, I can, what else am I getting, you guys? But you get the scenario I'm presenting. It's like this empowering energy, this enthusiastic energy, this optimistic energy, positive energy. I was also telling group number 1, and it's coming back to me now too for this card. This gives me vibes of like the emperor of empowerment, self-empowerment. And I feel like some of you guys, you're going to be so empowered through your emotional turmoil. That's what's transforming. The way you deal with your emotions is getting ready to change, because your emotions are connected to your mind. It's all not interchangeable, but interconnected, right? And so for group 2, you are, you know, dealing with some mental, emotional balance here. They're bringing me more to communication. They're like, yes, mental, because, you know, you speak what you think, but emphasis on the expression of the thought, right? Which is communication. I feel like you're getting a balance there, because some of you guys, you could be water placements or have this in your chart. I feel like you're learning to incorporate more air with the emotion. Some of you guys are like raw emotion, or at times you can be, especially when you're triggered, right? So let's see. We have the 8 of Pentacles. I like that. So you're working on it. You know what I'm saying? You guys are putting work into yourselves, into healing. That's what I just heard, into healing. Really working on that, working on taking action too. Because if you look, these two energies right here are aligned, right? Taking action with courage. And I was saying for you guys, this feels like you're learning how to go within and be brave about it, right? To really say, okay, it's time to face this. I was going to say face this demon, but I don't really want to call it that. But for some of you guys, you may be dealing with emotional demons, you know, energetically speaking, right? And I feel like this is you working on it. This is you saying, I'm going to build this up, right? Pentacles is building blocks. I feel like you're building up the courage to go within. 6 of Cups, and revisit some emotions from the past, or some emotions that you've just been walking with for a really long time. I feel like some of you guys also with the healing, because 6 to me is a number of healing. 6 of Cups, healing the emotions, but it's like it's rooted in something from your past. We have the 7 of Swords. So for some of you, it's emotion because you've been betrayed in the past. Maybe you want people to, remember I was saying earlier, you could be projecting on people because they're not meeting your emotional needs or filling your emotional void. I feel like some of you been through things in the past that was like traumatic, right? Maybe people betrayed you, or they just, you know, they did you dirty. Maybe you got cheated on, if this is like romantically speaking, or maybe, you know, you've just been treated in ways that you just didn't feel they resonated for you, right? Sorry, you guys, I got cat hair on my face for some reason, but I do feel like this is tying into like that projection energy, because it's like you haven't healed from whatever happened to you. So now it's like, okay, you have almost like expectations for people to behave a certain way in order for you to feel good. That's getting ready to change. I feel like you're getting ready to surrender that energy of expecting the worst from people, because you've been treated by people the worst, like in the past, right? That's what's being healed. Anything else? We have the 9 of Wands. Yeah, you guys are getting ready to release your past, getting ready to release your tough past, your victim past, right? Where you were a victim, where you've been through a lot. You guys, let me let the cat out because he's meowing. Give me a second. All right, you guys, sorry about that. But I was saying you're getting ready to release like your tough past, right? That victim mentality that you had from your past, where you felt like, you know, everything was just happening to you and everything was a buildup. It feels like a really big energetic buildup. I keep like, because the 9 of Wands leads to the 10 of Wands, which is like the maximum energetic buildup where everything is just weighing down on you and you're ready to just collapse because the weight is too much to bear. I do feel like, again, that rice pot spilling over keeps coming back to me, you guys. That Grand Cross Provoker, you're going to get triggered. Mercury retrograde is coming to trigger you into feeling your feelings and releasing your past, healing your past. And these are the changes that are coming up, because again, with this healing, with this releasing, with this cleansing, with this purging comes so much abundance. What other changes? Last card, we have the 2 of Cups in reverse. Now I actually like this, you guys, because this is actually Venus in Cancer. That's what this card is ruled by. We have Cancer, I feel. Some of you guys have been broken by connections. Now, this doesn't have to just be romantic. This could be friend connections, family connections, just people who, again, your close circle, the people you've let into your heart space. I feel like you've been betrayed by people in the past, and this is what you're getting ready to heal. I also feel like this represents you finding balance within yourself, since this is Mercury retrograde in Libra, a big energy of balance. I feel like you're getting ready to find balance when it comes to your emotions. Where there once was imbalance, you're getting ready to show other people like you're an example of what healing looks like. Powerful. Okay, the 5 of Pentacles, that victim mentality. That's what's changing for you guys. This is the overall energy. Again, some of you guys just feel like you haven't been treated well. You've been left out in the cold. You've been abandoned. You've been mistreated. You know, people were cruel to you. People didn't care about you. This is a woe is me, I am a victim card. You are no longer a victim. Mercury retrograde is getting ready to help you deal with the emotions that kept you in victim mentality. Right? So let's get some advice on the table for you guys. I'm going to shuffle over here so the cards don't go flying. For group number 2, what is the advice for Mercury retrograde in Libra? What is the advice for group number 2? For group number 2, what is the advice for Mercury retrograde in Libra? Group number 2. That's too many. And the cards went sliding anyway, you guys. Emotions are running high. Yo, I can't make this up. So just be aware that, again, you're going to get triggered into feeling your feelings, group number 2. I'm telling you, I feel it. No pun intended. But seriously, emotions will be running high during Mercury retrograde in Libra. You're going to be feeling all of your feelings, but it's for you to face them. Don't run from them. Don't avoid them. Don't resist them. Don't resent them, right? Feel them. Embrace them. Honor them. What are you? It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. So I feel like because we have Pluto transformation here, which is the ruler of Scorpio, what's transforming is the negative emotions that you've been walking with, the negative mindset that you've been carrying, right? This is what's happening for you guys. And the best advice would be to release whatever is not working for you anymore. I'll repull, you guys. But release, you know, whatever's not serving you anymore. Your commitment is being tested. So I do feel like your commitment to yourself, your commitment to, like, you know, I want to say self-love, but that's not quite the energy. It's like your commitment to growth. Right? Loving yourself enough to want more for yourself, more than what you've been currently experiencing or experiencing in your past. We also have, what do you need to release? Meditate and contemplate, and communication is key. So more energy of communication. Step out of your comfort zone. Let me get one more card on the table for group number 2. More advice, Spirit. Thank you. A time for healing. Period. You guys, I said it. The card said it. I said it. Spirit said it. You already know what time it is. This Mercury retrograde is going to help you heal. It's like a commitment to how much you actually care about yourself enough to want better for yourself. And that's on period. Expect powerful change. So group number 2, change is here. It's on the way. Super powerful because it's coming from the emotional body, which is, you know, I feel like we feel our feelings more than we feel anything else. Like, you know, you think your thoughts, but your thoughts are just thoughts until you pair it with a feeling, and then it becomes something else, right? Then it takes on a whole energy of its own. So let's get some blessings for you guys. What blessings will be coming from group number 2? As a result of Mercury retrograde in the sign of Libra, what blessings can they expect? What blessings can group number 2 expect as a result of Mercury retrograde in Libra? A blessing on your sleep. So some of you guys may not have been sleeping well recently, or maybe you've been wanting to get more rest, more time to recover. Also, I feel like your dreams are important, so pay attention to them, because you could be getting downloads or messages from your guides in your dream. But I do feel like a blessing on your sleep is something you can look forward to. You know, sleeping better at night, especially if you're releasing heavy emotions. Heavy emotions can keep you up at night. They definitely can contribute to insomnia. So I feel like if you've been dealing with anything, you've been like a night owl, so to speak, right? Because even if you look, she has an owl here. If some of you guys have been night owls, it could be because, you know, you have emotions that are literally keeping you up at night that you have to process and deal with. But let's get 2 more cards for group 2. Thanks. A blessing on a battle that cannot be avoided. Now, didn't I say it's like the towers are going to trigger you until you have to face whatever's coming up for you? But this card is brown, and I love this because brown is a very grounded, it's like a nature-based color, right? Wood, grass, well, dirt, brown, right? Rocks can be brown. I feel like you guys are getting ready to ground your emotions. That's the battle, right? How to temper your feelings. But this is the battle that can't be avoided, and this is the battle that you guys are getting ready to overcome. But it will be a battle. I heard it will be a struggle, and it's not to scare you, group number 2. It is to make you aware that, you know, dealing with heavy emotions is not always easy. But your commitment is being tested. How badly do you want to heal? How badly do you want better for yourself, right? Last blessing for group number 2. Okay. A blessing on your creativity. So some of you guys are going to get creatively inspired. And maybe this will also contribute to you becoming something really great, like using your creative skills to maybe start a business or to empower others through messages, or, you know, whatever this is. Because with communication being here, some of you guys have the gift of powerful communication. When you temper it with really high vibrational or positive emotions, you could do some real magic in this world. But I feel like your creativity is also how to creatively manage your emotions. Some of you guys are going to be using music. I see her playing a flute. Some of you guys are going to use the elements like water, like nature, to help you ground your emotions, right? To help you better heal them, to help you better feel them and be in tune with them, but also not let them like what's the word, like overwhelm you, right? Back of the deck, a blessing for peace of mind. So I do feel like some of you guys are going to be getting a peace of mind because your emotions are tempered, your emotions are balanced. So as a result, you can rest a little bit easier, right? And look, you can sleep a little bit easier as well. So group 2, this is what I have for you. This was a beautiful reading. This went nuts, as well as reading for number 1. I can't wait to see what group Mercury. I can't wait to see what group 3 has going on. So if this vibe for you, you know what to do. Comment below. Let me know how you felt about this bad boy. If you want to see more like this on this channel, I got you. And if you like the lo-fi, let me know, and I'll keep that vibe going as well, you guys. So until next time, if you're going over to group 1 or group 3, I will see you there. But if you're stopping here, thanks again for vibing, and I'll catch you in the next video. All right, group 3, this is your affirmation. So it says, I will attract great things by being my most authentic self. So if you chose this affirmation, what changes will be brought into your life as a result of Mercury retrograde? I feel like you guys are getting ready to transform into your most authentic self. You're getting ready to change into a person or into a version of yourself that does not care about the opinions of others. You don't care about what other people have to say about you, what they, you know, what they feel about what you're doing, where you're headed, you know, your plans, your intentions. I feel like you're being true to who you are. You're being true to your soul's desires, your soul's purpose here. And as a result, you're getting a lot of abundance because of it. But I feel like before, you were not this version of yourself, or you were struggling to fully tap into this version of yourself, which is why the change that Mercury retrograde is offering, or the opportunity, is for you to fully tap into this energy, right? All right, group number 3. So listen, you guys, look, before we even get into the card pull, I was telling groups 1 and 2, like for group 1, the reading was crazy, right? For group 2, the reading was nuts. I'm like, okay, I feel like the energy, the momentum for this pick a card today is like really crazy energy. So a lot of you guys could be going through crazy situations, or just having a really hard time with Mercury retrograde, right? I feel like I'm tapping into people who really need these messages, right? But I say all of that to say, I filmed a couple times prior to this clip that you're watching, because you guys, I have 2 Mercury placements in my big 3, and when Mercury goes retrograde, not all the time, but there are times when your girl feels it, bro. Like, so earlier I was recording and I remember channeling this energy, especially for group number 3, with this very affirmation. You know, this gives big, you know, Aquarius vibes, or it gives big, what's the word, Uranus vibes, right? Which is energy of like rebellion and reformation and being your truest authentic self, being different from the crowd, like actually enjoying being different from the crowd, right? Because it makes you who you are, enjoying your authenticity, right? Enjoying your authenticity. You guys, Mercury retrograde got me struggling. The struggle is real, but guess what? My patience is realer. We're gonna get this pick a card done, period. So for group 3, I just wanted to share that that little download with you because I feel like it's relevant. Some of you guys could have Aquarius in your chart. If not, I do feel like you're tapping into like your inner ability to be authentic and not really care about what other people have to say about it anymore. Like what matters to you is what matters to you, and as long as you feel good about it, then great, you know? Okay, we're gonna take it. They said take it. We have Virgo, I analyze, in first house, the body. So immediately, you guys, what I get is that when it comes to how you view yourself, how you think about yourself, the way you criticize yourself, these are the changes that are happening for you with Mercury retrograde and Libra, right? Now, Mercury retrograde happening in the sign of Libra, group number 3. This is a sign of balance, of partnerships, of, I was going to say communication. It can be because it's an air sign, but it's really like, you know, partnerships and balance and justice. I feel like some of you guys now are changing your circumstances by balancing out the way you view yourself, right? Some of you guys may have, you know, saw yourself in a, not a negative light, but I do feel like I'm talking to a group of people who you felt like you were never good enough, or you felt like your work was never good enough, or what you had to offer was never good enough. You were very critical of yourself. You could also have Virgo placements in your chart, right? But I feel like this is what's changing. I feel like the way you feel about yourself is what's shifting. And also your ability to critique yourself, like I feel like what you're critiquing is changing as well. Some of you guys were focused maybe on analyzing the negative, right? On the negative things that you don't like about yourself, or that you feel like needs to like change about yourself. That's getting ready to shift. I also channeled earlier, you guys, when I was pulling cards the first time, this energy for group number 3 of where Spirit, give it back. I've been losing the downloads, you guys, and the Spirit was sending it right back. But there was an energy that I was channeling for you guys of, I don't even want to move on because this was important. Give it back to me, Spirit. What was this? Life starts. It'll come back to me, you guys. It'll come back. It always does. Let's keep going. Okay. Let's get 2 more cards for the group number 3 viewers. I'm like I'm really focused on trying to get this download back, and I feel like I should stop because I don't want to. They said take it. It's Sagittarius IC. I don't want to I don't want to be like resistant, like, or offer resistance to the download. I want it to flow back to me because it came to me, but I was talking about something else and then I lost it. But 6th house routine. Yeah, we got a lot of Virgo energy going on here. Some of you guys, your daily routine is getting ready to change. You could have Mercury going retrograde in your 6th house. If you're into astrology, it could be also retrograding in your 1st house for some of you. But take it as it resonates. It doesn't have to be astrologically tied, but the energy that's playing out. I feel like some of you guys are getting ready, especially with Virgo, I analyze, and then Sagittarius, I see. I feel like you're getting ready to change your perspective. You're getting ready to change the things that you're criticizing about yourself, right? You're getting ready to change the things that you don't like about yourself, and not physically change them, but I feel like changing your understanding of like what's not to like. It's almost like the things that you didn't like about yourself, you're getting ready to start appreciating about yourself. You're getting ready to see like the flip side of the coin. Group number 3, we have 1st house, the body, with 6th house routine. So interesting how we have 2 astrology like zodiac signs and then 2 houses next to each other. I feel like also when it comes to Mercury retrograde and Libra, the change that's coming up for you guys, you're getting ready to really find balance with your day-to-day activities. I feel like you're going to start honoring yourself more on a daily basis. Like you're honoring your true self can mean like forming daily habits or forming a routine every day that really it's tailored to you, like to honoring you, not doing what other people want anymore or following. There we go. Thank you. Spirit brought it back, you guys. So remember earlier I said I had a download from the first time that I tried to pull cards for you guys, or that I attempted to pull cards for you guys. So The download was, no longer will you be following trends. No longer will you be into, you know, what's trendy and trying to fit into that realm. You were meant to stand out, group number 3. So whoever you are, the way that you are, you were meant to be that way. Going back to what I was talking about here with the 6th house and the 1st house, I do feel like you're changing daily things to start incorporating more self-love, more self-appreciation. Maybe you're, you know, setting time every day to meditate. Maybe you're setting time every day to, you know, invoke affirmations about self-love, or just like healthy, positive self-affirmations. I feel like you're implementing little things every day in order to build up this big transformation with the self. I also feel like you're going to start seeing, like on a daily basis, really nice opportunities coming towards you the more that you begin to honor yourself and to honor your authenticity. It's like the more you tap into who you're meant to be, the more naturally, like, the things that were already aligned for you can flow to you, if that makes sense. And I feel like it starts with you putting into practice, like on a daily habit or a daily basis, like something that incorporates you honoring your true self. So let's say your true self, let's say you're corporate, right? You work in corporate America, but your true self is into the arts. I feel like every day you're going to be scheduling time to make time for what you love. To hell with what corporate America will say about your hobbies or whatever your, you know, your true authentic self would want to do, right? That's an example. I have another one. So let's say you're in a relationship, right? Since this is Mercury retrograde in Libra, the sign of partnerships, contracts, balance, justice, right? So let's say you're in a relationship and you were really like, maybe, I don't know, formulating yourself in a way that you felt like your partner wanted you to be. I feel like now you're going to every day start implementing changes that really honor who you want to be, not who you feel like people want you to be, or who you feel like people expect you to be, right? Or need you to be. Overall energy is earth element stability. So some of you guys are grounding yourself into, and I like this because I see Virgo here twice. Some of you guys can really have this in your chart, or just have earth element in your chart, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. But with stability, I feel like what's happening here is that you guys are getting a chance at this time to really tap into this element of, okay, how can I ground myself in who I actually want to be, right? I feel like you guys have a vision of who you feel like you could be, but you also have this negative mentality about who this person is in this vision. Maybe you feel like it won't be acceptable. Maybe you feel like people are going to judge you. Maybe you're already judging yourself, right? Maybe you feel like this version of you that you're looking to become is not going to amount to what you want it to be. These are all, I'm going to say, these are all like thoughts and beliefs that don't serve you, right? Especially on a negative front, like you're not thinking positively about yourself, about your authenticity, about the things that matter to you, right? And so for you guys, I feel like you're going to, with this Mercury retrograde in Libra, it's offering you an opportunity to really ground yourself and become stable in your own authenticity, who you truly are, like your personal like trademark, right? Like what the mark that you leave on the world, the impression that you personally leave when you interact with people, right? Let me see something, you guys. What's the unseen energy? Mercury retrograde reinvention. So I can't make this up, you guys. Literally, this was at the bottom of the deck, and I feel like this is what I'm talking about. You're really recreating who you are. Like literally, Mercury retrograde is reinventing you. First house, the self, right? You're getting like a personal transformation of who you are. And I feel like it starts again with daily practices, daily habits, the way you talk to yourself on a daily basis is what they're saying as well. Some of you guys, you don't speak nicely to yourself, because again, the self that you're not speaking nicely to is the self that you haven't yet been put in the perspective to appreciate it. But you will. Mercury retrograde is going to help you do that. I heard it's going to help trigger you into that. So let's see if we get some more clarity on that one. But you could be getting a lot of triggers during Mercury retrograde when it comes to, boom, they're giving me an example. So in my own personal life, you guys, we're going to go here real quick, right? Little tea time about Sakira. So I personally have struggled in the past with like my authenticity, right? And honoring my true self and feeling comfortable and confident in my own skin and like, you know, what I have to offer. And so the universe sent me a lot of towers or triggers in the form of like other people reflecting this back to me. So it's bad enough I already am critical on myself, I already am judging myself, I already don't feel confident, you know, about who I'm choosing to be. But now other people are seeing this, I guess, energetically, and they're also doing the same thing, which is adding, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like some of you guys are going to be getting reflections of certain things back to you, and it's going to help you to change the way you see yourself, because you're going to be realizing people see you the way you see you. So if you see you negatively, people will see you negatively. If you see you, you know, abundantly, people will see you abundantly. Wondrous universe, walk in beauty. So I feel like the universe that lives inside of all of us lives inside of you, group number 3, right? Especially. And you're going to be able to temper the energy and walk in beauty. I feel like you're going to have that balance. If you look, that balance, that scale, right? The two polar opposites, even though it's not the moon and the sun, but I do feel like it's two energies that are being tempered, two energies that are being balanced here, and allowing you to like to shine through the beauty that you naturally are, that you authentic, what the freak would the word be? The beauty that you would be authentically. Got it. There we go. See, Mercury retrograde. I told you guys. Okay, so we have begin now, finding sanctuary and answering the call, group number 3. So, okay. Begin now. Let me turn that down. Some of the lo-fi songs, you guys, they be louder than others, but it is what it is. So for begin now, we have take your first step. I feel like some of you guys are going to be taking your first step into, you know, how you perceive yourself, taking that first step into putting into practice on a daily basis, like changing the way you see yourself. It almost feels like now is the time to take action, now meaning Mercury retrograde season, to take action into changing the way you are viewing, again, your authenticity. Group number 3, word of the day, authenticity, right? Authentically. I was struggling to find that word. It came to me though, you guys. But again, beginning now, it's like taking your first step into saying, okay, how can I start to honor who I truly feel like I am? Regardless of the naysayers, regardless of the people who have opinions, right? How can I take those beginning initiatives to say, okay, this is who I am and I want to start loving him or her, right? Finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. So again, I feel like some of you guys are tapping into the source within you, which is your authentic self, which is, you know, the purpose why God put you here, to be who you were meant to be and leave your mark on the world. I feel like some of you guys you have to like almost more Virgo energy, but go into like hermit mode, like seclude yourself, right? Pull back your energy maybe from some people, go into a little bit of like, you know, cave mode, go into a little bit of that energy where you're with self, you're by yourself, so you can know who self is and learn how to love him or her, right? But opening to your spiritual source, I feel like you're going to be connecting with God, your higher self. Like that's what it really feels like. And then we have answering the call. The time is now. So more energy of like begin now, the time is now. Answering the call is like God has been asking you for so long, opening to your spiritual source, right? The universe has been asking you, group number 3, for so long to just love who you are. You're getting ready to start doing so. You're getting ready to answer that call. Back of the deck energy is cleansing waters. Purification activates vibrant life force. Some of you guys are purifying the negativity that you have once perceived about yourself, so that that life force that lives inside of you, that spiritual source that lives inside of you, can begin to activate and really take precedent in your life. Loving your authentic self, right? Your God self, your higher self, because that's who it is. That's your most true and authentic self. Maybe the people are like, okay, this is a download coming through. Some of you guys may be into spirituality. You may be into certain divination practices or just certain spiritual practices, even if you're not like an intuitive reader or you're not like a channeler or, again, a divination practicer, or somebody who practices divination. Maybe, again, you're just into spirituality and your spiritual beliefs differ from those around you. And maybe you're scared to fully tap into, you know, your spirituality. I feel like you're getting ready to say to hell with whoever practices what. I know what I practice. I know what my soul feels called to do, right? Or feels called to honor, or feels called to tap in with. Especially, some of you guys could have this in your chart, or some of you guys could have this as your North Node, right? I feel like Sagittarius is the sign of the seeker, the sign of higher knowledge and higher education. Some of you guys, the higher knowledge you're seeking or the higher knowledge you're tapping into is spiritual knowledge, and the people around you may not be aware of this spiritual knowledge. They may not be woke, they may not be conscious, right? And so again, this energy of you being true to who you are, meaning like your spiritual aspects, it may be uncomfortable for you because other people around you don't understand it, right? That's a message coming through for somebody. But this is to say, you know, people will, you'll be amazed by what people will accept, or either what people will be removed from your energy when you start to accept who you truly are. It's when we waver and we try to people please and we try to keep people around because, you know, we don't want to feel abandoned, we don't want to feel left out in the cold. That's when we realize like we're not really tapped into the truth of who we are, you guys. That's when we realize that we're not really tapped into who we're meant to become in this life. We're tapped in at that point to other people's expectations of us. And that's no way to live, right? So let's see, for group 3, what changes can they expect from Mercury retrograde in the sign of Libra? For group 3, we have the Hangman in reverse. So a lot of clarity coming through. And again, this is a card of no need to sit back and wait anymore. Now we're ready to act because we have all the clarity, we have all the understanding, we have all of the necessary information, you know, that we need to know before we can move forward. Now's the time to do so. Right? Neptune energy. Then we have the King of Swords and it's in reverse. So the change that you guys can expect is that I feel like you're going to be overcoming a lot of negative self-talk, a lot of negative self-doubt, right? I feel like also like where you once were stunted into like not taking certain actions because of your beliefs about maybe how you would be judged or how you would be perceived or how you judge yourself, how you perceive yourself. I feel like that's changing. No longer are you allowing, you know, your judgments or other people's judgments or their criticisms or that of your own to like stop you from taking action towards the things that make sense for you. We have the Fool in reverse. So all of this energy of like action cards that are kind of in reverse, except for the Hangman. The Hangman is actually in the right position to take action. The King of Swords, no action. The Fool in reverse, no action. But this is changing, you guys. The Strength in reverse, that's changing. I actually like that because if the Strength was right side up and, you know, that was the change that was happening, I feel like it would be saying you're going from being strong and confident to not. I feel like you're going from being not confident, not strong in who you are in your first house, right? And who you are as far as your own identity, who you are authentically. Got it. But that's changing. Some of you guys are getting ready to really have a breakthrough when it comes to how you feel about yourself. I just looked at answering the call again, and I feel like some of you guys are getting ready to walk through a door. You're getting ready to walk through a portal. The portal 11-11 could be significant for you guys. We just had 8-8 and 10-10 is also coming up. So some of you guys, those dates may be significant for you. Take it as it resonates, right? One more card, please, for the collective. Judgment in reverse with answering the call. So what's changing is that you're going to hear the call this time, and instead of ignoring it like you have in the past, instead of ignoring your calling for other people's opinions or for their sakes or for what they perceive as their happiness, now you're going to finally be making different decisions. And it's like it takes Mercury retrograde to help trigger you into this. You may get fed up of people around you or of, you know, feeling judged by yourself, and that may propel you into action. But with the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, what's changing is your focus on self. Whereas before, yourself was not the focus. Going forward, after Mercury retrograde works its magic on you, right? The wondrous universe works its magic on you and you begin to walk in beauty. You will then begin to focus on self. You will then begin to find, you know, who self is, or find out who self is, and treat him or her with the respect he or she deserves, right? So let's get some advice for you guys, and then we'll close out with the blessings. So for group number 3, what is the advice for Mercury retrograde in Libra? How can they navigate it better? What can they expect? What is the advice for group number 3? What is the advice for group number 3? Ooh, okay, I'll take the first one. Be bold and make the first move. So a lot of you guys, we got begin now. We have answering the call. The time is now. We have be bold and make the first move. Some of you guys are just needing to take action with this. It's like enough is enough. Enough denying self. Enough, you know, people pleasing. Enough is enough. The time is now. Be bold and make the first move. It's time to take action. I'm loving all of these energies, you guys, because group number 3, I feel like you guys are ambitious. They said take this one. I feel like you guys are ambitious, and in the way that you will do the work necessary. It's when you have the clarity and the understanding. And I see that that's the first card out. It feels very much like once you get the clarity, once you feel like you understand what you need to understand, then moving forward is what's next for you. So we have the next card out. Nothing is yet set in stone. Group number, I was going to say 2. Group number 3. You guys, let me drink some tea because my throat chakra is doing a lot. I've been talking so much today. These readings went longer than I expected, but I'm happy to be here. So with nothing is yet set in stone, I feel like this is letting you know that you still have a chance to embrace who you are, to develop who you truly are, to become grounded and stable in who you truly are. Let me bring this up, you guys, because what's under here is Uranus genius. Some of you guys, I was talking about that energy of Uranus and Aquarius being like the people who stand out from the crowd, but they're happy to do so, right? I feel like some of you guys are a genius in the way that you're different. And nothing is yet set in stone is telling me that you guys have a chance to still activate this genius, to still act on this genius, to still implement it, right? Underneath that, we have Mars force, and Mars is like that planet of taking action. It's initiative, right? How you take initiative, what drives you in life. Some of you guys, your drive is about to become yourself. Discovering self, you're going to be motivated by self instead of being motivated by what others want or expect from you. Lastly, we have what do you need to release? I feel like some of you guys need to release expectations. The expectations that you've set upon yourself and the expectations that others have set for you. Let me see something for a second. What's the unseen energy here? The 3 of Pentacles. I feel like there's an energy of where you're going to be rebuilding yourself up from the ground up, group number 3. Right? Whereas before you didn't know self, you weren't aligned with self, you didn't focus on self, that's getting ready to change, and you're getting ready to put, remember I was telling you guys, it's like daily habits. It's like building blocks. It's like every day, little by little, you're going to get to know yourself more and more. You're going to fall in love with yourself more and more. You're going to honor yourself more and more. You're going to respect yourself more and more. I see this becoming like a building block type of situation, which I really love because I feel like this is the energy that you guys need. It's almost like slow and steady wins the race. So some of you guys could have Taurus in your chart as well. But let's get one more card of advice. Okay. One more card of advice for group number 3. And then we'll close out with blessings. Expect powerful change. So group number 3, expect powerful change in the fact that, first of all, there's going to be so many changes happening with the way you see yourself, the way you perceive yourself, the way you analyze yourself, the way you criticize yourself, the way that you judge yourself. All of those, right? Especially with judgment being in reverse, those negative judgments, those bad judgments, that's getting ready to be released from your energy. Bottom of the deck is nothing will come of the situation. I feel like if you guys keep, allowing yourselves to be at the liberty or the mercy of other people, you're never going to find true happiness. Nothing will ever come of not your life. You can still live the life that you kind of want to live, but so long as you're really living to people please, you guys, you're not going to have the true wish fulfillment that you would have so long as this card is right side up, right? And this is Virgo energy, you guys, which is really interesting. I feel like, and this is Venus and Virgo. So some of you guys could have Venus and Virgo placements, but I do feel like Virgo is a theme here. Like some of you guys, you may not have Virgo in your chart, but you are critical like a Virgo. Like that's what we're known for, Virgo sun, right? By the way, you guys, I'm having a birthday coming up. I might do something to celebrate, maybe a live or something. I don't know. But because I really don't have any plans this year for my birthday, honestly. But I do feel like, that energy of criticism, it's active for group number 3, and it's like you're so hard on yourself because you don't know self. You're not in love with self, right? When you fall in love with self, then who can tell you what about self? Nobody. And that's on period. What are the blessings coming through for group 3? We got 2 so far. I'll pull one more. First blessing, a blessing on your motherfucking boundaries, group number 3. You're going to be telling people off. You're going to be not really cutting ties. Maybe some of you will be cutting ties, but I do feel like you're going to be, like, that's that energy, like, who's going to tell me what? I know who I am, and you're not about to impede on my boundaries. You're not about to try to make me do things, or nobody can make you, but you're not about to try to influence me to do things that don't align with me. I know who I am. Boundaries, babe. Next, we have a blessing on your creativity, and that Uranus genius is going to come through in so many ways. Some of you guys are so creative, but you're so unique with your creativity. I feel like this is getting ready to be channeled because you're going to be embracing it. You're going to be embracing who you are, so your true and authentic creativity can really shine. Last blessing for group number 3. What will Mercury retrograde? What blessings will be coming with Mercury retrograde and its changes? All right, we got 2 more for you guys. So, a blessing on your sleep. I think group number 2 got that. So some of you guys are going to be sleeping better at night because you're less worried about what other people have to say about you. And that's on period. Then we have a blessing on a battle that cannot be avoided. I think group number 1 got this. But this is this energy of at some point you're gonna have to face yourself. At some point you're gonna have to honor yourself, or you're going to have to, what do you call this? You're gonna have to honor yourself. You're gonna have to keep being at the liberty and mercy of other people. And I feel like this is also a blessing on a battle that can't be avoided with some of the people around you, especially, you know, if you guys have Aquarius in your chart, that's 11th house energy. This is the energy of, or the house of, like friendships and social circles, right? Social interactions. I feel like some of you guys with this, a blessing on a battle that can't be avoided, some of you guys are going to have to duke it out, you know, communication wise, with some people around you who are used to you being a yes man or yes woman. I do feel like this is also another battle that you guys may have to prepare for, because if you have set the precedent or the expectation that you will always say yes to people, or you will always do what people expect you to do, when you start doing your own thing, best believe people are already trained in you not doing that. They're gonna have something to say. I feel like you're gonna be like, hold on. What's going on here? Nothing, because I decide what's going on here. That's how real it is. Back of the deck energy, you guys. A blessing on your day. So smile, babe, because you're going to have... Remember I was saying your day-to-day practices, like every day, making like self-love, self-care, self-affirmations, focusing on self like a practice on a daily basis. A blessing on your motherfucking day. Come on, you guys. Group number 3. That's what it is. That's what it is. Like, it is what it is. I'm done, you guys. This is your reading. Thank you so much for vibing. I really enjoyed this. I told you, group number 1 went crazy. Group number 2 went nuts. Group number 3 went ballistics. And that's just what it is. Like, period. So, you guys, thank you again for vibing. If this made sense for you, if this brought you clarity, if this brought you, you know, peace of mind, comment below. Let me know how you felt about it. Let me know also what group you chose, you guys, because I love hearing from you guys, seeing what, you know, what Mercury, I'm gonna give you a second. I love hearing from you guys and seeing, you know, which messages resonated for who. So if you feel called to do so, you know what you gotta do. Hit the like button, share this with a friend, do what you gotta do. I love you guys. If you're going back to either group 2 or group 1, I will see you there. But if you're stopping here, bless, thank you again, and I will catch you in the next video.